Of all the questions that I get in the DMs every single day from strangers asking about business and DMs and sales and leads and content, the most common question that I get, and I know it's not what you'd expect, okay? But a hot topic right now is morning routines. People want to know what I do when I wake up in the morning. And I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, that's crazy. Why would anybody care what I do when I wake up in the morning? And then I started thinking, well, I have found something that allows me to make a really, really healthy income with very high profit margins. And I don't work beyond 6 hours a day, almost ever. So maybe my morning routine is teeing me up for a great day. So I'm happy to share that with you guys today. Stick around because I'm going to give you 5 reasons why this morning routine is so effective. Okay. By the way, guys, this is the FSA podcast where we teach online health coaches how to sell at a higher rate and scale their businesses with more profit. If that's you, if you're somebody who's in the online coaching space and you're looking to scale your business with more profit, you are in the right place, my friends. I'm going to walk. If this is the first episode you've listened to, or if you've listened to all 40 something of them, I give away some valuable tips every single week, stuff that you can implement right away, like literally right away with good actionable outcomes to make more money in your business. Okay. So if you find this helpful, like, share, subscribe, give the podcast a review. It would mean the world to me. Okay. Now, when it comes to morning routines, the reason I mentioned that mine isn't very glamorous is because there are some pretty wild things that I've seen for people's routines. Okay. Some people wake up in the morning, they got to go for a walk, cold plunge, sauna, infrared, meditate, do all of these different things. And that's fine. I'm not really one to judge. I could care less what it takes for you to get into the mood for work. My only opinion on that, and you guys might burn me at the stake here, but if you rely too heavily on a routine, any little thing can throw it off. And that would be really hard to maintain for, I don't know, the next 10, 20, 40 years of working. If you need this routine every single day to kind of get in the right mood, I think that would be hard to maintain. Okay. So mine is simple. This is where I agree with Harmozy in a lot of instances. Simplicity is best. Simplicity scales, fancy fails. So I don't have a fancy morning routine. In fact, you're going to find that there are some components to my morning routine that if you were to go on business TikTok, they would burn me at the stake and say that I would never be successful. But the results speak for themselves. So I'll walk you through, and then I think the expectations around your morning routine. That's a lot of weight right in the morning. If you're supposed to start your morning at 4 a.m. and do all these crazy things, and if you haven't yet, then you're behind the eight ball, and that kind of sucks. So then you're starting your day like, oh man, I'm not doing everything I could be to be this ultra successful CEO. So again, I'm going to walk you through what I do, and it works. It works really well for me, and it allows me to maintain a lifestyle that I couldn't have dreamed of. Okay. First things first, when I wake up, okay, I'm not up at 4 a.m. I'm not hitting the treadmill at 4:35 and then eating my greens protein shake and doing all these crazy things. Okay. I wake up at 5:30 in the morning, nothing super crazy. And then I do something extremely sinful in the world of business. You guys will never believe what it is I do. I pause my alarm. I don't snooze it. I wake up at 5:30. I check all my emails, all my texts, respond to what's important. I clear out the rest of the notifications because you guys know how it is. You scroll and you're like, Jesus, like how did all this happen? And then I pick out the important ones. I clear all notifications because I have severe OCD where I can't have any red notifications on my phone screen. So I clear out every single one. And then I do something so wild. So wild. I set an alarm for 20 minutes and I go back to sleep. Yeah. If I had a soundboard, it would be sounding off all these alarms, guys. I know if anybody's on TikTok and Instagram and reads all the gurus and everything that they do, they would again burn me at the stake. I don't care. It works for me. So 5:30, check messages for 10 minutes, clear all notifications. I go back to sleep for 20, 25 minutes, and then I wake up at 6. Then I actually do get up. I get up out of bed. And then I do something else. I don't go for a crazy run or a walk or anything at all. I put on a robe. I put on a robe, my comfiest piece of clothing that I own because I want to be comfortable for the next couple hours here. Put on a robe. I get my my brewmate with my shout out to Alani. Alani Stardust is the best thing in the entire world. Get my Alani, get my robe, and then I get a Chobani. So like the little Greek yogurt drinks. best thing in the world, 20 grams of protein. Then I get a protein bar, another 20 grams. So I get 40, 50 grams of protein right there with some coffee and a big canteen of ice cold water, because you wake up in the morning dehydrated, right? So I try to refuel with all my fluids, get some protein in, and then I settle in for work. All of that, when you factor in putting in my contacts, brushing my teeth, washing my face, cleaning myself up, is 15 minutes from the time I am out of bed to working. 15 minutes. I've done nothing else except just put myself together. Okay. Crazy. That's absolutely insane comparative to a lot of other morning routines. Okay. But the big thing is I enjoy that. I've created a sustainable morning routine that's very minimalistic and that I actually enjoy and I actually look forward to. Oh, and you can't forget, I put a big blanket on. I wrap myself into a big blanket and I go to work, man. That's my most productive couple hours of the entire day. So I'm at work about 6:15 until 7:30. So an hour and 15 minutes, and it's a race to the finish line. How much can I get done in an hour and 15 minutes before I have to get ready and leave for the gym at 7:30? And putting that timer on is everything. I don't put a literal timer. I can just look at the time up in my the corner of my computer. But I know that if I don't get these things done, the next several hours after the gym are very busy with all of the meetings, the one-to-ones, everything, checking clients' KPIs, checking in with them, sending messages, filming ads, doing all the different things that the day requires. If I don't get these things done in that hour and 15 minutes, I'm in trouble. So I better be on the ball. Okay. So I've woken up, I've gotten comfortable, I've put myself together, I have caffeine, I have snacks, and now it's time to get to work. So what does the work look like? I'm going to walk you through it. The first thing is I pre-plan all my posts. Okay. Everything I can schedule, I get that ready. And then everything I can't schedule, I pre-write it. And then I put a reminder in my phone when to actually just copy and paste and post it onto the social medias. Okay. So that's Instagram, that's Facebook, it's LinkedIn, it's my Facebook group, it's email, it's school.com, it's my stories on IG and Facebook. I said email. So that's pretty much it. Okay. So Facebook post, Facebook story, Facebook group, Instagram post, Instagram story, LinkedIn post 3 days a week, email 3 days a week. Okay. So some of these I don't do every single day. So Facebook group, email, LinkedIn are 3 days a week. All the rest are 5 days a week. And then stories are 7 days a week. So I have this listed out and I have a checklist that I just go through and check all these things off every single morning. By the way, guys, if you're listening at this point, if you're so curious about what a a 7-figure business owner does every single morning and how it works and how I'm able to only work a really reasonable amount of time, if you're still here, you're still listening, if you want this checklist, I just created a whole training on it. A whole training. It goes more in depth in this podcast, actually, with a checklist of what I want to do, where I want to post everything. So if you guys want a copy of this, go ahead. In the show notes, there's going to be a link to my Instagram. Go to my Instagram, DM me morning routine. Just say morning routine, and I'll know exactly what you're talking about, and then I'll send that over to you guys. Okay. So I'm getting all my content around. Okay. The first thing I want to do is I want to put my stories together. It's the first thing because it's the easiest. Put my stories together. Then I take my stories and then I put them into ChatGPT and then I turn them into a long form structured content that I'm going to post on Facebook, LinkedIn, email. So I do the smallest amount with my stories, take that, put it into LinkedIn, give me structure, give me, some momentum here, put it into long form content, post it where long form content is more suitable. My stories are ready in Canva, so those are ready to be posted. My reel, I pre-record all my reels from my podcast, so you'll probably see a whole bunch of reels from this one. And then I would say very rare, to be honest with you, maybe once a month, I'll sit down and film like 5-10 actual reels so I can kind of drop those in between. But my content creation is very streamlined just by using the podcast because I give so much information on here, you might as well repurpose. By the way, guys, I'm filming this. If you've ever seen and you're like, wow, that's really good quality. I'm filming on Riverside. So I'm going to give you guys one more snippet here. Riverside is the best for podcasting, for high quality audio and video. And then it actually has an AI component to where you can clip up all your reels from it and then post all over the place. So that's why I don't have to spend a lot of extra time creating reels. Okay. Efficiency is everything. If you want to run a sustainable, profitable business that you actually enjoy and you're not working your life away, you have to be efficient. You have to have good systems. So that's what I hope I'm giving you here. Okay. So everything that I can pre-schedule, things that you can pre-schedule are your IG feed, your Facebook group, your email, and LinkedIn. You can pre-schedule all of those. Stories, you cannot pre-schedule. If you know a way, let me know, but it doesn't really bother me. So stories, you can't pre-schedule. Facebook profile, personal profile post, you cannot pre-schedule. Am I missing anything there? No, those are the only ones that you have to manually post. So I just put those in a reminder in my Google Calendar, and it just lets me know, hey, Brent, it's time to post. And then I post those. When you're posting those, it's going to be advantageous to you to post at the best times, which you can find in your settings on Instagram and Facebook, or you can just Google it. When are people most active on these platforms? And then you're going to schedule them at that time. That makes sense, right? So again, guys, if you're still here, you're still listening, you find this helpful, guys, if you find this relatable, don't forget, give the podcast a review, share with your friends. I want to continue providing top tier free content to you guys every single week. One, it helps me grow the podcast when you do that and reach more people and help to deliver on the overall mission, which is helping more people help more people, right? That's my mission statement. It's been the mission statement since day one: help more people, help more people. And again, the more of you that I do help, the more lives you guys can change. Okay. So everything from point A to point B is impact. Okay. Ready? Break. Let's get to the last one. Okay. Tasks. If you're not setting tasks for the day, you are setting yourself up for failure. Okay. So what do my tasks look like now that because content isn't the only thing I do in the morning. Okay. So I'm still in my robe, still have my drink, still have my everything, the full picture that I painted for you guys. Okay. Posts are done. They're pre-scheduled. It takes around 30 to 45 minutes, depending on how much writing I'm doing. I genuinely enjoy writing because it's fun. And when you have structure and things like that, it becomes a lot more fun, which we have systems for that as well, right? That make it kind of more easy and more enjoyable to actually create content. But once all that's done, now it's time for me to check in with my team and figure out what it is that I'm doing today. What do I need accomplished from me, my team, the contractors that I hire? What is the goal? Okay, so I'm going to go through, I'm going to send a message to my entire team in Slack. If you use WhatsApp, send a message in there, and I hit every department. So I let my sales team know what I need from them. If there's outstanding tasks, I need those done. If they're not done, they haven't been done, then I'm going to send you a private message letting you know that, hey, I noticed these things still haven't been done. Is something unclear? Is there something I can help with? Because clearly there's a disconnect here. So I reach out to my outreach team, my marketing team, my sales team, and my coaching team. And I reach out to everybody. And a lot of those teams are and ads and everything else there. So a lot of those people mix in between departments so I can keep my team small and keep everyone really well paid. That's the goal of running a small team, by the way. So I reach out to everyone and I tag them, and then I give a bullet point list of what hasn't been done, what needs done. And then I ask any questions to clarify. And then I go to the next person. Tasks, what needs done, what hasn't been done. Then I clarify, if they have any questions. We go over any big goals, any big projects that we're working on. If we're running a Black Friday offer, then I let them know about that. If we're running that's really the only sale we run the entire year. By the way, guys, we are launching that on Monday. So that's going to be huge. Absolutely huge. It comes out to like $7,000 worth of goodies. So for reference, last year it was like a $200 discount, which is, I was very new into business. This is $7,000 worth of goodies. So I wanted to just throw the house at you guys for our first real big Black Friday deal. Really excited about that. Keep an eye out for that. If you're interested in early access, because this podcast is going to be up on Tuesday, November 14th. If you're interested in early access to see what those $7,000 in value and savings looks like, DM me Black Friday or just BF on Instagram. Same way. Show notes, Instagram, DM me Black Friday, or just say you're curious about the Black Friday offer. I'm happy to open that up earlier for my dedicated podcast listeners because I love you guys and I appreciate your support. So again, going through tasks, I send everybody their task list for the day. We talk about goals, we talk about projects, we talk about things that need to be done and things that haven't been done. I list out all of these for myself too, by the way. I tell everybody what I'm working on because I want them to know that I'm busting my ass for the team as much as they are. I don't ever want to come off as a CEO that just sits on my throne and point and direct and tell everybody to do everything. I want to lead by example, which is why I get up and I bust my ass before they're even awake sometimes, giving them a clear, concise outline of what their day should look like. And then I tell them, what I'm working on and what I need to work on and what I need to get to people. If I owe you an ad, to be filmed, I'm telling you what my ETA is and, if there's delays or anything like that as to why it hasn't been there, et cetera. So holding myself accountable, again, leading by example so that they feel comfortable to hold themselves accountable as well, I think is a really great thing that we've kind of implemented within the team. And it's worked really, really well. When I talk about having a small team with very high output, high efficiency, and high team chemistry, that's what we have. And I really couldn't be more thankful. And, the more I sat and thought about it, I think a lot of that has to do with the morning routine. Then again, I'll wrap up the rest of my morning. I go to the gym for about an hour. And then I come back and then I have a 60-minute meeting with my outreach team and my sales team. And we go through and we review so many conversations. We review how content did. We review engagement. We review ads. We review all of these different things. And I'm not kidding. It's 5 days a week for an hour every single morning with my full team. So if you have DMers, if you have salespeople, you should be meeting with them minimum 3 times a week. That's a whole nother topic for another day, another podcast. I have a full training on that too, but that one I can't give away. That one's really, really in depth. So we're going to keep that for the inner circle, not the gatekeep for you guys. But I still will be happy to give away my training that I actually just did for my inner circle. I'll give that away to you guys, podcast listeners, specifically on my morning routine and what that looks like. So if you guys are curious and want to see that checklist, DM me morning routine on Instagram. Again, go through the show notes. And guys, I told you last week, I have a really tough time ending these podcasts with something like fun or catchy or anything like that. So I have been getting a outro generated from ChatGPT to end all these podcasts because I think it's absolutely hilarious. So without further ado, we have benched another episode. Those are tips and take those tips and lift your sales game. Drop in next time for more gains and giggles. Okay. They just get worse every week. Over and out.